Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a wild story for you on that involves a controlling HOA president, unlawful demands, and, yes, even an arrest. Imagine getting told you're not allowed to move out of your own home without permission. Sounds ridiculous, right? Well, it happened to me, or at least she tried to make it happen. Asterisk, if you've ever had a run-in with an overzealous HOA, you probably already know they can be a pain. But this story takes things to a whole new level. What started as a simple move turned into a legal nightmare and ended with a police report and justice. Make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you've had a similar experience. Alright, let's dive into it. Asterisk, so here's the deal. I had been planning to move out of my house for a few months, job change, new city, fresh start, everything was above board. My home was in an HOA-governed neighborhood, which was fine at first. You know, they mow the lawns, keep things clean, blah blah. Then came her, the HOA president. Let's call her Susan. Susan was one of those people who acted like the neighborhood was her kingdom. She'd send passive-aggressive emails, inspect people's trash bins, and fine folks for leaving their garbage cans out 15 minutes late. But what she did next crossed the line. Asterisk, a couple of weeks before the move, I started prepping my house, up the yard, fixing a few things. That's when Susan started lurking. She showed up at my door one afternoon, all smiles. Hi there. Just wanted to remind you that you can't move without HOA board approval. I laughed, thinking it was a joke, which she wasn't joking. She handed me a paper. It wasn't official, not even on letterhead, just a list of requirements for residents moving out. Things like, notify HOA 30 days in advance, inspection must be passed before sale, board must approve the buyer now. None of this was in the actual HOA agreement I signed when I bought the place. Asterisk, so I ignored it. I had a buyer lined up, closing was set, and everything was legal, but Susan kept showing up. Emails, calls, even notes on my door. Then she blocked a home inspector from entering, claimed he needed written permission from the HOA. He called me, frustrated, and said, "Man, I've never seen anything like this." Next day, my realtor calls and says Susan reached out to her office demanding they delay the sale. She wasn't just annoying now, she was interfering. Asterisk, I tried to be patient. I sent a cease and desist letter. I spoke to a lawyer, but it got worse. She started telling neighbors that I was selling illegally. She told one family that a lawsuit is coming. And then the final straw, she trespassed onto my property to take photos for the HOA archives. I caught her on my ring camera. Enough was enough. Asterisk, I filed a police report. Turns out this wasn't her first complaint. The officer who came out said she had been reported 3 other times for harassment and trespassing. 2 days later, they showed up and arrested her. Charges: criminal trespass, harassment, and obstruction of private business. It felt weird. I never wanted it to go that far, but honestly, it needed to happen. Asterisk, after the arrest, the HOA had an emergency meeting. Susan was suspended from the board. My sale went through. I moved out. Life went on. But get this, a few neighbors reached out after I moved, saying thank you. Apparently she had been bullying people for years, but no one stood up. Asterisk, so what's the moral of the story? Don't let anyone, HOA or not, intimidate you out of your rights. Know your contract. Stand your ground. And if someone crosses the line, take action. Thanks for watching. Drop a comment if you've had HOA drama, because I know I'm not alone. Like and subscribe for more real-life stories. Catch you in the next one. Asterisk, asterisk.